What's up, everyone? It's Caddy with Money Vesting. So this is going to be your daily Tesla update. We will be talking about Tesla stock, which was unfortunately down close to 5%. And after hours, it sold off another 1.75%, trading as low as 170s. So we're going to talk a little bit about this company. We're going to go over the average cost basis, some of the updates on Tesla stock, some news, and of course, going over the technical analysis on this company as well. As always, if you enjoyed this video, find it helpful, make sure that you drop a like. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you're just joining us for the first time. We talk a lot about fundamental analysis, technical analysis, macroeconomics, and stocks and options as well. And the link is going to be down in the description below. And speaking of options, my covered calls are now up close to 93%, and I will most likely be closing them out tomorrow. And the calls are pretty much worthless, so I will be buying them for 91 cents per contract. We'll be buying them back and be closing this position for a very hefty profit. So again, if you want to get access to all these options alerts, trade ideas, I will be selling more. So I did a video yesterday going over my plan with Tesla stock moving forward and what my objective is with the company moving forward as it continues to drop off. We'll be looking at selling cash secured puts, and then we'll also be looking at selling covered calls to hedge further downside with Tesla. So again, everything was discussed in that video, but you can check out the Discord for certain alerts for the Tesla stock as well. So this right here is going to be the average cost breakdown for Tesla. So what we have right now is all investors combined are sitting at just at around $185.63 for Tesla, and that makes only 18.82% of shares currently profitable for Tesla right now. And this number, at one point was up to over 90% as Tesla was trading as high as 217, 220. It's pretty much put all these investors underwater now as Tesla's dropped 20% in the last few days. So, it's come from 218, 219 down to as low as about 171. Down 21.7%. If you come over to the 4-hour chart, we're down another 1.7% after hours. So it's really rolling over now and down 22% from its recent highs. And I will go over the next support level to watch for Tesla at the moment. So you can see that there's a lot of volume, a lot of price by volume sitting in the 200s for Tesla, in and around those prices for the company. Lots of buyers stepping in. However, we have seen some inflows in Tesla stocks. So in recent few days, we have seen a lot of orders come in and some inflows. However, I think it's got a lot to do with larger orders pulling Tesla right back down. And driving a lot of this selling pressure, considering that my fair value also sits roughly at close to 130. I think the valuation did seem a little bit overextended in the 200s, and right now it's just coming down to more of a reasonable multiple. Now, Tesla did introduce a new ultra red paint for Model S and X. The video was absolutely incredible in the way the paint was. Obviously the vehicle was being painted, and this is more of a shiny, more glowy look for Tesla's moving forward. And Tesla gears up for Cybertruck production, so ramps up hiring for Giga Texas. So we know Tesla Cybertruck, one of the most awaited vehicles, electric vehicles in the world right now, is now ready to enter production this year. Ahead of the electric pickup trucks production commencement, the automaker has started hiring for Giga Texas, and specific to this project and the roles relating to Tesla Cybertruck. And the official website now includes no less than 26 Cybertruck-related open positions. Among these newly posted job roles, 23 are for manufacturing-related jobs, reported by Teslarati. So again, some good news, some potential production getting started here with the Tesla Cybertruck, one of the most awaited electric vehicles as well. Now, going over to the technicals, of course, Tesla here under a lot of pressure, kind of underperforming the markets, underperforming its peers. It's not a surprise because we were expecting 170s. I pretty much mentioned yesterday in my Tesla video that 175 would not be unlikely, and Tesla was green. In fact, it was down 4% pre-market, then it pushed higher intraday. We were green at one point. We got up to as much as 185. And then sold right back down as the contagion effect from the Silicon Valley Bank pretty much took over the market. Entire banking sector pretty much dropped 4 to 5%, as much as 6% over here, as you can see in the bank's watch list. And of course, it took down a lot of other electric vehicles as well. So you can see that almost all electric vehicles. So we did have, Tesla, GM drop about 4.8%. Ford was down 4%. Li Auto, ChargePoint, everything was pretty much selling off. It was a pretty brutal day to begin with. But this is going to be the technical analysis on Tesla. So what we're really seeing is a breakdown below 175, which, we were somewhat anticipating, expecting. And the next support really is going to be down to 165. Because if you come back on the chart a little bit, you'll notice that this level pretty much was the resistance. It was the peak from back in September of 2020. And that was the reason why, Tesla pretty much dropped 34-35%, pretty brutal. And then it finally broke out from that resistance and then went on to rallying a little bit over 85%. So very strong resistance here, which in turn became a support for Tesla more recently. So if you fast forward to now, you'll notice that this right here, very strong support or resistance acting as a support for Tesla. And that is going to be that level to watch next, because it looks like we are kind of coming down to that level at the moment. And once again, if you go over to the price by volume chart, that's going to help us really understand where majority of the volume has been traded for Tesla since October of 21. You'll notice that this right here is a very strong level. And we talked about it, right? I mentioned in my other video, something about that $200 price is quite interesting for Tesla. It's either a very strong support or a resistance, and you'll notice a lot of consolidation and a lot of indecision at those prices. There's lots of back and forth for Tesla at those prices, and then eventually dropping lower and breaking below 175. So that next support is going to stay put at 166, closer to 165, and we've also got a gap to fill over here for Tesla, which in my opinion is also not going to be unlikely, considering how much momentum we're seeing on the downside. If the markets don't cooperate, if the markets continue to sell off here, let's take a quick look on the futures. And the futures right now are slightly positive. NASDAQ rebounding a little bit, 0.5%. So it is possible that we may see like a gap down, or we may see some upside here for Tesla from those levels. But pre-market, of course, it was down quite a bit. And we do have unemployment Friday tomorrow. Now, if the unemployment numbers come in super soft, in other words, if you see unemployment rate tick up a little bit and we add less jobs than what the consensus is, then it's possible the market once again starts anticipating a potential recession, which leads to less interest rate hikes, which leads to the Federal Reserve being a little bit more dovish, and that anticipation alone could rally the markets moving forward. But if the labor market's once again super tight, unemployment rate stays at 3.4% or worse, edges lower, that I think is going to be creating some more volatility and some more momentum on the downside for the markets. But 165 is going to be that level to watch right now. And from an individual pattern standpoint, I don't personally believe it's got like a cup and handle or an inverse head and shoulders. I think we're still very much in this overall widening wedge pattern and getting rejected in the 220s, 230s right now. Lots of consolidation there. And we're just coming down to that support with a potential to fill this gap down in the 150s as well. 150s, down to 140s, where I would be very much interested in maybe dollar cost averaging once again in Tesla in smaller quantities. So hope you guys enjoyed this video, found it helpful. If you did, make sure that you drop a like. Let me know your thoughts on a Tesla down in the comment section below. As always, happy investing, and make sure that you do check out the Discord and the Patreon links down below if you're interested in joining us and getting access to all the alerts and the analysis and the private videos as well. Happy investing, and I'll see you all in the next video.